What's up, Sharky? I'm doing well. It's a really cool background, thank you. I actually almost used a different one. I almost used this one today. Because I was working on it with, yeah. Made this like text. How are you guys doing? Doing good? Glad. Glad you're doing well. Glad you guys are doing well. So today's a little different. I mean, it is Games and God. But I think what I'm gonna do, what we'll do, just gonna ask everybody kind of what's their favorite verse. We'll just chat about it, maybe why. We finished Romans. So I figured I would just ask, what's your favorite verse and why? We just talk. And if you can't, because you don't have one baited, that's totally fine, obviously. Maybe through this process of people sharing their favorite verse, maybe you'll see one that you'll be like, I think I'm gonna take that one with me. I like that one. But we'll do that a little bit later. First, I want to hear how your guys' weekend's going so far. Almost the end of Saturday. Hope today was okay for you. I actually went with my sister. There's only one restaurant in the town that I live. It's a very small town. Hi, Josh. What's up, Shade? Might be back later, hopefully. Sounds good. No worries, no worries. Yeah, there's only one town. Only one town in one restaurant in the town that I live in. Very small. So I went to that restaurant with my sister, and it's a pretty mom and pop shop type town. It was surprisingly busy. All the tables were full. They had to pull up more chairs, but it's just sort of like, the diner, like a little diner, kind of, is what I would say. Not even really a restaurant, just a diner. And where you would expect to go to get a burger, or whatever. And had the red and white checkerboard table covers, that kind of vibe. Lit by the light of outside, just sort of whatever kind of a place. And it went there. I've only gone there like once, honestly, because there's not a whole lot for me. The only thing they really have is like pizza, cheese pizza, and they have a taco pizza that I just asked to get it without beef. So they made it without beef, and that was pretty good. And took a long time to make, Not a place I'd probably go regularly. Hello, Alice. I can see you. Do I have variable encoding? Let's go. I did actually start the stream on YouTube anyway, just in case, So, just in case. That's very good, though. Yeah. Anyway, I went to this restaurant with my sister, and we got a chat. We just hung out, and we ate a pizza together, and it was good time. We walked there, you know, walked back. It's a good walk. Nice day. It's just right weather for me. Right now, we've got this, it's not too hot, not too cold. It's just kind of, there's not enough pollen to mess up my sinuses. Not enough, it's not warm enough that the bugs have come back yet. Like, it's just nice. Is the pizza a special occasion? No. My sister is staying in the house across the street while my mom is gone. So, my mom's on vacation. So she's watching the dogs and stuff. So she asked if we would go get pizza. I said, sure, sounds good. So, yeah. Anyway, that was pretty much my day. I came back to the house. I felt very tired. Lately, it's the sun, man. The sun saps my energy. I was out in it for, you know, not that long. Is not a very long walk, probably 20 minutes, something like that. Came back and was exhausted, and I took a nap for, I don't know, probably 2 hours, something like that. What's up, Tropic? How are you? Phantom, how's it going? Good evening. Hi, Yoshi. It's interesting on this screen, that doesn't lag at all. But on the green screen it does, which makes me think something takes up more than I expect it to on the green screen. Things to figure out, I suppose. Oh man, I heard something new today that was like interesting. Too bad. You guys hear, if you guys, Kieran, Pastor Scar. Pastor Scar decided he's taking a break from Twitch and stuff for at least a while. I just saw the YouTube video. What are we reading tonight? No planned reading tonight. I'm gonna just ask you guys what your favorite verse is and why, and then we're gonna read through some of those and just discuss. And if somebody does not have a favorite verse, totally okay. Maybe you'll hear one that you're like, I like that. I think maybe I'll use that. Prayer request? I don't know. I didn't hear the sound effect. I guess it's probably connected. I probably just missed it. I looked at a house and made an offer. Wow, Shade. Big move. Wowie, wowie. Oh no, Shade's gonna buy a house before I do. Congratulations on making an offer. Prayer request that if it's the house God has for me, absolutely. Totally. Let's do it. Dear Heavenly Father, God, I pray for our friend Shade. I'm so proud of him to be able to make this offer. And that's a huge deal if he gets it or not, you know. Just going through that process, that there's a lot of thinking that goes into that, but also just to be at a place financially where you can do that. And so, God, I just thank you for how you've blessed Shade as he's been faithful with his finances. And I pray that if this is the house that you have for him, if this is something that you have shown him, and that's like the next step of his life, the next chapter, I do pray that he'll be able to get this house. And if not, God, we trust you with that, and we know that you open and close doors, and so I do pray that you'd close the door if there's things we don't know, there's things we can't tell, and so we don't want to just lean on our own understanding, but we do want to bring things to you and say, like, God, I mean, you know, is this house like gonna be a huge money pit? Is it gonna be something that's just like not the place that you want me to be in the future? You know more variables than we do. So God, please just, you know, if it's not the place, then close that door. And if it is, God, then swing the door wide open. Just let the thing go straight through, have there be no issues, and for him to be able to get in and signed and leased and all that, everything set up. so that he can move in. That'd be awesome. God, I trust you either way. I love you. I praise you. It's in your name, Jesus, we pray. Amen. 10 days. 10 days to what? How's it going, Preston? By the way. Oh, the vocab from yesterday. Yes. 10 days. I've already forgotten, I'm sure. 10 days ends in ka. Toka. That's what it is. 10 days in Japanese is toka. I need to go through and just be able to do each one of them, probably. Ika. Probably like Ika, Tsuka, Mika. Are we allowed a favorite? Yes. Is that like having a favorite child? Anyway, I'm gonna make a cup of tea before any convo. I spoke to a doctor today because I was having some issues, and they said it sounds like you're not getting enough rest. You don't say. You don't. Huh. Interesting. That's making things worse. Then I went to sleep and got woke up by a phone call, and that's my weekend's been. See you in a jiffy. Gonna make a cuppa. Sounds good. The message was too long. BRB. It's fine. I read it anyway. You are worth it. Stand alone, Phantom. Ooh. Ooh. Shade, you live in a place that is similar, I feel like, housing pricing to where I am, right? Do you want a house that's like kind of close to where your family is? Is that the idea? I feel like the housing in our area, I'm just gonna group us up and say that our housing is cheaper than the rest of most of America. Was the house that you're making an offer on, was it more or less than 100,000? Let's start there. Oh, it was more. Okay, then definitely it's more. Yeah. All right. So it's way more. Houses around me around 200,000. Where I live currently, you could get houses for less than 100,000. For area that's a little bit closer to where I was looking to buy, 100,000 would be very difficult. You can find them here. No problem. We got houses for days for under 100,000. It's just they're not really that kind of houses that you probably want to spend 100,000 on. Yep. Houses around me around 500,000. It's pretty common. Pretty common these days. There's some houses for 100, but they ain't livable really. Yeah, they're fixer-uppers. Okay. If there's even an option for 100,000 fixable upper house, I feel like that's, you know, yeah. So that's probably closer to the Kansas City area. That's about what they are over there. Yep. Here's the thing with where I'm at. After, I know these are not the same thing, but after paying student loans for so long, I don't want to get another loan. Even a house loan. So, yeah, I know you're around St. Louis. I remember. Yep. So, like, I'm kind of saving my money till I can buy a house outright. Just, like, without a loan. Which sounds crazy, but I just like really don't want a loan anymore. So maybe it's not even like a good idea, but it also kind of like where I'm at right now, I can live for however long without having, I don't have to really move. And there's not There's not really rent coming out or anything. And I can be here as long as I need to be. So as long as I'm fine with where I'm living here, and I can kind of maybe fix this place up a little, maybe it's worth putting a little into to like fix it up a little bit. I lived in an amazing time where I could get a pretty good house for 120K with 0 down. Yeah, see, like that's what most people should, yeah, 20 years in the past. That would be the dream for most people, because they want to get an apartment for that, you know? Like you can't even get an apartment for 0 down. So to just be like, you're paying 100, you're paying like probably 1,500 most places for just a 1-bedroom apartment, and you're not getting any long-term anything, you know? I think he gets asked that a lot, actually. This is my giant pet rat. Hey, you're moving around a little too much here, buddy. I'd be okay with a duplex or something. They don't even make those anymore, really? I don't want a duplex. I mean, it's not that like I don't like a duplex or anything. If I had really what I would like, I like the designs of the manufactured homes. The setup of them being like basically one really long rectangle building, and a part of it is the living room, and a part of it is the kitchen, and a part of it's the bedroom. Like, that's, to me, it's like, that's peak. I'm like, yeah, that's great. That sounds awesome. Exactly, Phantom. That's basically why. Even though I don't necessarily talk loud, I don't want to like risk. If you remember, I had to risk. All the time I would be like, I'd be talking really quiet like this. Because I was like, yeah, my dad's upstairs sleeping and I don't wanna mess it up. Like, this is okay. It's totally fine. You know what I mean? But yeah, I would rather just like, you know, what's up, Dan? Remember me? Yeah, we talked yesterday. My brain isn't that bad. Okay, I have ADHD, but it's not that bad. I can remember 24 hours ago. The fireworks would annoy. Maybe. Give your pet rat some pats for me. Pat, 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 pat. That's a rat catcher. Slime rancher rat catcher. Yeah. You have a nice black cat? Oh, I don't know where this came from. I just walked in. This isn't mine. Just kidding. Yeah, this is Phoenix. Mwah. Yellow Tang. Yeah, it's my new pet rat friend. Phoenix, Arizona? That's the one. I returned with tea. Welcome back. Yeah, Phoenix is a nice pet jade. And the pet jade actually even feeds him. How lucky. You can remember 24 hours ago? Some things from 24 hours ago. Hi, Bear. Saw, dude. Oh, here he goes. Challenging Region 1 again. Someday he's gonna get all these. Someday he's gonna get all these done. Does it do the same ones again? Like if you've already beat Koga, does it bring it? I feel like it does bring him
Buddha
back.
Dave,
Right?
my heart melts with love for everyone just like Jesus. One of my favorite Bible verses is 1 Corinthians 16:14. Let all that you do be done in love. It's a reminder to spread love and kindness wherever we go. Let's share the love together, Fox, Sparkling Heart.
It's a good one. Let all that you do be done in love. Man. What a good way to live. Speaking of, it's John 3:16 day. True. There's so many days in March that are like, because like March 10th is Mario Day. March 14th is Pi Day. 16th, 316 Day.
Thanks for the raid.
Hey, hello, Sente.
Senti raided with 3 viewers.
March the 4th. Huh. You didn't even make up a fictional verse? True. Sente, how was your stream? It's good to hear from you. Thank you for the raid. Oh, man. My hands are a little tied right now to click the button and do the J8 Fox voice. But if you guys are not already following Sente, I don't know what you guys are doing. Guys, Sente is a mod here for a reason. We love him in his heart. Definitely go follow him if you have not already. Random Christian Gamer, it's good to see you. Hello, hello. Yeah. Pretend the voice? Nah. That's not how that works. Slime Army is unstoppable. Oh boy. Yeah, it's very chill. This is definitely my, like, just chillest playlist. Has any non-Fox shared their favorite child? I mean, verse yet? Not yet. We were just catching up with everybody. But yeah, let's do it. I didn't have anything planned for today yet. We just finished Romans, which we spent probably closer to like 18 weeks on, even though it's like 16 chapters, I think. So yeah, we spent quite a few weeks on Romans, and it was really good. Paul, yeah, you know, we kind of wrapped it up last week, but just Romans was really good, and I wasn't sure what to read next. Still not sure yet. When we decide on a chapter, or when we decide on a book of the Bible, it's a pretty long commitment. We're dedicated to like reading that for quite some time, so it's always a little hard for me to like want to come up with one. But I just thought today it would be good for us to take an in-between week and share, if you have one, maybe one of your favorite verses, and why. Matthew or Psalms, we've actually done both of those. We've been doing this for about 4 years, so it's hard because we've done quite a few chapters now. I know that we've gone through Proverbs. Actually, I don't know if we went all the way through every psalm. I don't remember. There's a lot of psalms. I don't think we've gone through every psalm. That's right. We kind of like cherry picked some, but yeah. There's more than, shoot, I don't know how many. There's like more than 120 psalms, so 120 weeks would take us into quite some time. Yeah, if you have one, if you have a favorite verse and you wouldn't mind sharing it. Oh, the fox ran away. Can I put you down? You want me to put you down? No, you don't? Okay. 151 psalms. Sounds right. Honestly, the way that I like guess how many there are is I just remember like certain verses and where they are in the Bible, and then I'll be like, okay, well that's Psalm 119, which is like a very
Whoops.
which is a very popular psalm, and then I'll be like, okay, so there's got to be at least 120. Everywhere. John 8:7, but also all of 1 Corinthians 13. Okay, John 8:7. When they kept on questioning him, he straightened up and said to them, "If any one of you is without sin, let him be the first to throw a stone at her." Alice, would you mind sharing why that's one of your favorite verses? Alice has gone crazy. She's talking to bots. Oh, hi, J8 Fox. I would love to know why. I like that verse too. Yes, I would mind. You gonna make me tell you why it's your favorite verse? Chat's being sarcastic to me like I'm sarcastic to them. I'm breaking out the chocolate milk. I'm eating this donut too. Nothing you guys can do to stop me. Oh wait, I have 2 donuts left? Well. Consider me caloried. Donut. These are Bavarian cream-filled donuts. One for you and one for us. One for me and one for me. Mmm. Mmm. Not the chunky milk, no. Chocolate milk. Unlike J8 Fox, I can make a decision between the two. All right. So the lead up to the verse that Alice posted was there was a woman that was caught in adultery. I'm gonna do this off of memory. I don't really remember everything, you know, but like, woman that was caught in adultery, and good catch. Wait, holy what? That's number 1? I don't even know what I'm looking at. It was freaking me out, but I think it's number 1. Good catch. Holy cow. Yeah. He was dancing. Yeah, there's a woman that was caught in adultery, and they brought her out, and they said that they caught her in the act of adultery. There's a lot that's going on in this verse. One is to know that there was kind of a law that said, like, you know, if somebody is caught in adultery, then you stone them. This is like kind of a Jewish law or whatever. It's like a very serious thing. So she's caught in the act of adultery, is what it says. And they bring her out to stone her. And they bring her before Jesus, because he happens to be there. And they say, what should we do? Kind of trying to trap Jesus more than they actually care to trap her. Because what they really want is for Jesus to say something contrary to the law, and therefore show that he is like an anarchist that's trying to upthrow their law and catch him in saying something that he shouldn't say. That's what they really want, because they really hate Jesus. And this is the time where Jesus like draws it says that he like gets down in the sand and starts writing with his finger something. And we don't know what it is he was writing. There's been lots of things, lots of different interpretations. One person that I've heard that I thought was like, that would be very interesting. Again, we don't know what he was writing. He could have just been doodling, like just kind of like, you know, passing the time, like not even looking at them. One person thought that the thing that he wrote was all of the sins of the people in the crowd. That he just started writing their sins down, like a list of things that they had done, or even if they, yeah. I mean, there's lots of different stuff. Yeah. So that's all of this stuff happens. And then Jesus looks at the crowd and he says that. He says, you know, you're going to stone her, meaning you're going to grab these stones and you're all going to throw a stone at the same time together and kill this woman so that none of you are to blame for her death, because it was death by like 50 different stones, which one killed her, kind of a thing, which was very common at the time. And so he says, whoever of you has no sin, throw the first stone, you know. Well, you know, Phantom, another thing that they thought was that it might have been that some of the people in the crowd were people that had also, like, this lady would have been essentially like almost like prostitute, and that he might have been writing the names of some of the people in the crowd that had also had affairs, like, you know, what if your sins were caught? There's a lot of like, we don't know. We just don't know what he wrote, so it's not that important. That's not the main point of the story. But it is like, whatever he wrote was obviously enough that people like thought about it. Like, why did he start writing those things down? But yeah, I would, I mean, I just really like this idea that he's just like, you know, okay, yeah, you're gonna kill somebody that has sinned. Go ahead and throw the stone if you're the first, you know, if you have no sin. And one by one, they all start to drop their stones and walk away. And Jesus bends down and asks her, like, woman, where are your accusers? And she says, you know, they've all left. There's none, Lord. Like, none of them are left to accuse me. And he says, you know, then neither do I condemn you. That's sort of the story around that verse, if I remember it correctly. One of my instinctive way of protecting myself and others is to throw stones at a person doing the hurting. Yeah. To lash back, like to lash back at the person, right? The person that's doing the hurting, and get them out. Yeah, I find it hard to give people second chances. So it reminds me that I'm no better than them. Also, it's a reminder that I'm no worse than anyone else, and others shouldn't be attacking me when they have issues of their own. Yeah, absolutely. So it reminds me. Slid up and I missed my spot. It reminds me not to lower my own value based on what the popular people say is the big bad, right? When they say when they are also doing the bad, right? And that I'm equally as deserving of another chance. Yep. It's relevant to our culture, which is quite cliquey. If you are peer pressured into being a certain way, right? Also, it's just comedy because how do you think they caught her? Right, where's the guy that was doing the act? Yeah, I was about to say that's why I made an emphasis on where it says that they caught her in the act of doing this. If they really cared about justice, how do you catch somebody in the act of doing something like adultery, but you only catch the woman? You can't. So it's like, maybe just heading list of those who claim no sin. Gonna write this down. Who's first? Sure. Yeah, maybe. Gonna go soon, but I'd say one of my favorite Bible verses is Matthew 7:1-5. Judge not, that you not be judged, lest you be judged, or whatever. For with the judgment that you pronounce, you will be judged, and with the measure that you use, it'll be measured onto you. Why do you see the speck that's in your brother's eye, but not notice the log that's in your own eye? Or how can you say to a brother, let me take the speck out of your eye, when there's a log in your own eye? You hypocrite. First, take the log out of your own eye, then you will see clearly to inspect the speck in your neighbor's eye. Yeah. It's not only a call to be careful with judging others, but it also encourages us to check our own log and to work to be better. Yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah, true. You know, it's a good pairing with the one that Alice posted, you know, like what I like actually about that verse when you go even deeper in is that it's not saying to ignore. It's not saying to just ignore that there's something wrong in your life or in their life because we all make mistakes, right? That's the same thing with Alice's, is like, no one's here left to judge you. And so therefore, should we just ignore that those are problems? And Jesus even when he scoops down and he talks to the woman, he's like, go and sin no more, right? Like, go and don't do this anymore. And with that one, the same kind of thing is in there where he's not saying to ignore the problems in another person's life, He's saying, first, focus on your own things, and then you will see clearly to point out the speck that's in your neighbor's eye. So there is a time where you do need to be like, let me lovingly help you, not because I'm judging you or because I want to stone you or because I want to any of this, but because I've dealt with the same thing you're dealing with and worse. I had a log in my freaking eye, you know? So after I took care of that, I now know what the steps are like to help you with your problem. And not from a position of judgment, but as a position of like, I've dealt with the same thing. And so let me help you. And yeah. It's good. Good. I'm gonna head off. Feeling out of sorts this weekend. Need to prep some things for tomorrow. Thanks for being awesome. Oh man, sorry Sente. Sorry you're feeling out of sorts. I'll do a quick prayer. Dear Heavenly Father God, I pray for our friend Sente. And I'm sorry he's just kind of feeling, I don't know if it's sickness or if it's just like mental or health type stuff or if it's whatever. But God, I pray that Sente would be able to feel fully himself and be able to get some rest tonight and wake up so he can enjoy the rest of his weekend. God, I love you. I trust you. I thank you and praise you. It's in your name we pray. Amen. So I said passage instead of verse. Yep. It's okay. It's okay if it's not just one verse. It's, you know, whatever. Chalky milk. Good. Thank you, Sente. What's up, Sandoval? Brutus says, I like Thessalonians. 1 Thessalonians 5:11. Therefore, encourage one another and build one another up, just as you are doing. Yeah, Bruta. Why do you like that verse? Hi, Mac. That's me giving a kiss? I was Sente. Sente gave me a kiss. Can't steal somebody else's kiss. Mac, how are you? Good to hear from you. Hope you're well. I am here a little late, but I am here. It's okay. Better late than never. How are you? Doing well. Night all, gotta sleep. I am not too tired to help at church tomorrow morning. Yeah, so I'm not too tired. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, sleep well. Get a good night's sleep. Don't forget to type !sleep before you go to bed. Guaranteed good night's sleep. Or your money back. Hi, RC. Dun, 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 dun.
Get a heckin' good sleep.
Oh, got a good night's sleep. Anybody that's going to bed, hope you sleep well. Good catch on the octopus, 141. Getting some good catches tonight. Yeah, Brutus says, I like that one. It's an encouragement to encourage. It's wholesome, and for us to help one another, like the body healing itself. That is true. Yeah, therefore, encourage one another, build one another up, just as you are doing. Yeah, Thessalonians. That'd be the church in Thessalonica. I believe we read through this one. Let me confirm. I think that's the area that was like a pretty hard area, right? I think it was a pretty tough spot. Let me see if I'm thinking the right one. Paul's stay in Thessalonica had most likely been difficult for him. In the first letter to the church there, Paul mentions that he had to work during his time in that city, in addition to teaching and preaching, in order to not burden his hosts. Yeah, I think it was a pretty tough spot. If I remember right, that was like an area that was pretty hard. And so the church would have had a pretty tough time. And so he was just kind of encouraging the church, like, hey, as a body of believers that are in a pretty tough place, like, you know, encourage one another. You guys are doing good work, and it's not going to be easy. So, like, as a fam, stick close, you know, as you're already doing. It's a good one. Love you too, Sandoval. I'm Ote. How are you? I'm doing well. Yep. I'm good. I think my favorite verse might literally be just the first verse in Genesis 1:1. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It's a good one. Because it means, we're here by choice with purpose. Yeah, for sure. I've heard of that verse. Have you? It seems like a pretty good one, I feel like. Been heard once or twice, maybe. The context, I think, was that they were in a tough place and thought that Christ has already come and gone, so they were discouraged. Yeah, that sounds right. That would be pretty tough. Imagine if, like, you know, I read this stuff and I go like, man, it'd be pretty cool to be like to have met Jesus while he was on earth and blah blah blah. But like, imagine if you had been a Jew and you'd been like waiting, and then you get wind that like the Messiah came and did all these miraculous things and all this stuff happened, but it was in an area that you weren't in, and you found out like after it already happened, and you were like, wait, so you mean if I had known earlier I could have...
In Hebrew, Genesis 1:1 is pronounced as Bereshit bara Elohim et Hashemayim v'et haaretz. It's a beautiful verse that marks the beginning of creation. The Hebrew language is so rich and full of history, just like the stories in the Bible. Let's appreciate the beauty of language together. Fox, scroll.
Close enough. That's how I feel. That's how I feel about when he does Japanese. I'm like, oi. Oi. What is that accent? Batty bo beep ba beep beep boop. Sounds very robot-y. Did Pokemon break? Oh no, it's just delayed. Yeah, I'm sure it's the Pokemon that's delayed. Anyone else? Anyone else? What's your favorite verse? And why? Yeah, no, it's the Pokemon. The Pokemon's delayed. Oh? Ayo, Bruda? Ayo, one you didn't have? This is happening more and more. It's happening more and more recently. I feel like there's a couple more that were added at the end though. Because now it's at 1,129 with the latest update. Okay, Bear's got one. Says, favorite verse, make your ambition to lead a quiet life, to mind your own business, and to work with your hands, just as we told you, so that your daily life may win the respect of outsiders, so that you will not be dependent on anybody. Brothers, do not want you to be ignorant about those who fall asleep, or to grieve like the rest of men who have no hope. It's good. Why is that your favorite verse, Bear? I'm fluent in robot. There's 120 more since Pokemon was Bork, so yeah, makes sense. It's the updating, you know? Got a lot to update. Luke 24:27. Because I'm a big fan of the Bible being a unified story that leads to Jesus. And Jesus laid it all out for those two disciples on the road to Emmaus. And beginning with Moses and all the prophets, he interpreted to them in all the scriptures and things concerning himself. Yeah. I love that it was just... I love that it was two... I'm gonna say random people. I'm not even sure that we know their names. They were just two people that were talking. And Jesus showed up, and they were already talking about Jesus and said to Jesus, oh, we know one of them was named Cleophas, maybe something like that. Probably mispronounced it. Yeah, that's just so interesting that he's just sort of, I mean, where else do we see this person, right? And they're like talking about Jesus, and he's like, hey guys, what are you talking about? And they're like, where have you been? Have you not heard about Jesus? And he's like, oh, actually, let me break it down for you real quick. Yeah, tell me more about this Jesus guy. And so he actually just starts breaking it down for them in the Bible, like all this stuff, all these signs and everything. And then he goes to their house. They're like, we want to hear more. We want to hear more about this stuff you're talking about. You have good knowledge, man. Let's talk. And so they invite him into his house, and he sits down to eat with them, and he prays, and he breaks bread, and after he breaks bread, he just kind of disappears. And they were like, what the heck just happened? And then they say, what, didn't our heart stir in us when he spoke? Wasn't the words that he said just like cutting to the heart. And so I think that my guess is that after that, obviously we have this story written, so it had to have been that they went and found the other disciples of Jesus and like told them and said like, yeah, like let me show you all the things that Jesus told me, you know. Here you go. Here's the stuff. Here's what he said. And yeah. You know, that's probably partly where we have all of some of these connections of like, here's where Jesus fulfilled this prophecy and this thing. There's like over 300 prophecies that Jesus fulfilled in the Bible, so probably just was pointing out some of these things. Pretty crazy. Good stuff. Yep. It's a good one. I like Proverbs 3:5, Hebrews 13:8. You can't have two, cheater. Just kidding. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and do not lean on your own understandings. That is a good one. And the other one, Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever. Those are both great. Mac, why are those some of your favorite verses? Cheater! Aw, sorry, Bear. Giovanni got you this time. One is Ava's, actually. Well, that's fair. You caught the Clefairy. Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu! To be fair, I don't think work with your hands has to mean blue collar work. Oh, definitely not, no. I missed what your description underneath this one here. If I miss a couple, by the way, if I miss some of your stuff, I see I'm missing a couple, just let me know. I'm just a big fan of the gentle life, right? It reminds me of my grandpa who loved well and just worked hard, didn't need fame or wealth. Yeah. It's weird. It's weird being where I'm at now, where like realistically, from the outside at least, it's more I don't know how to explain this. I would say I'm more famous than I was before I started streaming. Like, people know my name more, right? And like in certain circles, like I can join certain discords and people are like, oh, like I've watched your live stream or whatever. It's not like I'm a famous person, but like I'm more in the public face than I was when I was doing motion graphics. But in my mind and in the way that I'm living, like I'm significantly less going for popularity, fame, money than I was before I started streaming. Because before it was like I wanted to work with the companies that were big and famous because I wanted to be a part of something that was big and famous. Like, you know, working for Nike, Google, ESPN. I found a lot of value in that. That's kind of one of the places I put my value in was, well, if people don't know who I am, that's fine. I'm the guy that works for Nike. You know, I'm the guy that does the graphics for Google. Like I get to be whether you know it or not, you know, I am an important person kind of a thing. And I found value in that. And that's not a good way to think. That's not like a helpful way to think. And so now it's funny because I'm actually like, I probably am more famous. Like I'm not, you know what I'm trying to say. Like I'm more, people know me more, but I'm actually living significantly more minimally. I'm not going for money. I'm not going for fame. Like I'm just trying to live as much of myself as possible and to just whatever, you know? I will say things that will make people not want to follow me, and I'm okay with that. I will say things that make people want to... I'm not gonna just do things just so that, you know, just so that people like me. And there's probably a time in my life where I would have been more that way. So, I'm just being fully myself, you know? Like, I don't wanna... Yeah.
Don't want money? Too bad for head 25.
I didn't say I didn't want money. I said I'm not living life for money. I'm working to live, not living to work. So, thank you for the 25 bits. I appreciate that. That keeps me from having to work too much. Yeah, I get to like, you know, like getting to do that project with Bear was like a huge blessing, really, you know? It gives me the financial freedom to like do this just that much longer. And yeah, I don't know. It's just been like, it's been really chill. It's been nice to be able to, like, really, Bear? Wow, we could be choosy. I'm down. I'm so down. I would like to design a booth, and that one was pretty quick turnaround. You know what I would really like to do? I thought about this after the last one. A lot of that was manufactured stuff, right? And like printed and things. I would still like to do that, but I think I would like to design a booth where we come up with the idea and we just get kind of like a Pinterest board going of ideas and how we could do it and make it, and then go buy all the stuff from like Hobby Lobby or whatever and just create it like as if we were creating a house or something. I don't know. It seems like it'd be such a different way to do things, but I just wish I could basically build it like you're building a house or something, and come up with pieces that we could, yeah, I don't know. Hi, buddy. I don't mind what we did. What we did was very good for like, I think it's a very good kind of corporate printed pieces and stuff like that. But I would love to do one that was more like, yeah. Hi, buddy. Also, I wonder if people wonder, like, if they know how much things like the LED wall really cost, too. You know, like, that's expensive. It's kind of fun to do one that's a lower budget. And, yeah. I know, yeah. Yep. Did you see our answers? Not yet. I have to scroll up. Hi, Ava. Ava likes Hebrew 13:8, which says Jesus Christ is the same yesterday, today, and forever, because that means he's gonna always be the same. True. You know, we live in a world where a lot of things change all the time. Our emotions change, our minds change. You know, it's like one thing that's our favorite yesterday could be different today. Favorites, but even like the good and the bad, things shift around. Our world is always changing. And we live in a world where like morality changes a lot too. As far as like corporate morality goes, we'll say, whoa, it's 2024. You can't say things like that. You can't say things like that in this day and age. What we're implying is that you could have said that 30 years ago. You can't say it now because morality changed. And, you know, the thing of the Bible is like, the thing of the Bible is that God doesn't change. And some people don't like that and some people do. But I think it's encouraging to know that God is God. He lives outside of time, and the things that he says are good will always be good, and the things he says are bad, they'll just always be bad. And that's how I think God should be. That just makes sense. And while there are things that will come and go, like our laws, you know, there's stuff today that came out not even that long ago. We're talking like 200, 300 years ago that are like, the Constitution, right? Like, where's that like, whoa, bro, if we changed the Constitution, that would be crazy. Like, you can't change that. That is set in paper, man. Like, that is the thing we build our morality on in America. And like, that was not that long ago, man.
My favorite Old Testament verse is Psalm 23:1. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. It reassures me that I'm always taken care of and loved, just like how Jay takes care of me.
Aww.
It's a comforting reminder to trust in the guidance and provision of the Lord. Let's stay secure in his love together, Fox, 2 hearts.
I used to know the whole 23rd Psalm. I don't know if I know it anymore. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. I feel like I don't know the order anymore. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. No. Yeah, I don't remember it anymore. It's been a long time. Leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. His rod and staff comfort me. Is that what it is? It's been a long time since I've read this. His rod and staff comforts me. He sets a table before my enemies. Something like this, maybe. What's up, Gohan? He leads me beside, pastures. He leads me to. Yeah, I don't know. I forget. I mean, I remember like chunks of it. All right, we got the shepherd water still. Okay, so the Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He leads me beside still waters. He restores my soul. He leads me along paths of righteousness for his name's sake. The shadow of... I shall not fear... Something like that. What is the table doing in the middle of pasture? Hey, you've never had a picnic? Guy's never had a picnic before. I remember that verse when I was like 7, okay? That was a millennia ago. Give me a break. Let me read Max. Mac's favorite, Proverbs 3:5 is a reminder to me to trust that my Heavenly Father is taking care of me and is holding my hand and guiding me. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Do not lean on your own understandings. That's good. And yes, Ava, it is weird. I'm calling you by name. I guess you'll always be a little one to me. I just watched the movie Blackberry. It's crazy how fast technology is developing. New paradigms being set weekly. It feels like it is. And that's why it's my favorite stock to invest in. It's moving fast enough that I can get good returns quickly. I invest, it makes money, I sell, I buy a house.
Oh,
Bing, bong, bing.
of course. Psalm 23 is a beautiful and comforting passage. The Lord is my shepherd, I lack nothing. He makes me lie down in green pastures, he leads me beside quiet waters, he refreshes my soul. It's a reminder of the Lord's care and provision for us. Let's find peace and rest in his presence together. Fox, Sleepy.
He didn't even read the whole thing. He doesn't know it either, see? AI doesn't know it either. Nailed it. He leads me beside pastors. Yeah, it's a verse about going to church. If you don't go to church. Setting a table before enemies is another favorite verse. Is it not? That's part of the 23rd Psalm, isn't it? He prepares a table. I thought that is. Yeah, all right, I just want to read it 1 second. 23rd Psalm. All right, we're going to read King James Version because thou shalt and whatever. The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want. He maketh me lie down in green pastures. He leadeth me beside still waters. He restoreth my soul. He leadeth me in paths of righteousness for his name's sake. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, which was a real place, by the way, where there was like a valley that you would go through and that there was robbers that would be up on the top parts that they could shoot down. So you would go through the valley of death and there would be robbers that would like shoot arrows or whatever down into the valley, and they could kill people and take their stuff. So it was like kind of a freaky place to be, you know? Probably don't want to go through there. So though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for thou art with me. Thy rod and staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of mine enemies. Okay, so you're probably just saying like you really like that verse as well. I'm sorry, I was misunderstanding. The fox can talk. What's up, Anthony? He can. If you come over on Twitch, you can actually talk to him using channel points.
I can't talk, but
yes,
I can
can
communicate through my cute fox expressions and actions. Don't worry, I have plenty to say with my adorable fox features.
Okay.
Let's continue to bond and have fun together without needing words.
Yeah.
Fox, speech
Okay.
bubble.
Yeah, without needing words. Yeah. Okay. Whatever you say, Jade. No, I can't talk. Like a 6-year-old. No, I don't say anything. Though I walk through the valley of shadow of death, I fear no evil, for thou art with me, thy rod and staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of thine enemies. Thou anointeth my head with oil, my cuppeth runneth over. Runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever. It's a good verse. Or set of verses, or whatever. Who is Shirley? And don't call me Shirley. Yes, I'm serious. And don't call me Shirley. Hi Jay, this is CamSpook. I am on mobile with YouTube, lurking on Twitch, and on my PC. Was starting to build a Minecraft Forge server for mods that my son wants. Interesting. Pretty cool. Hey, speaking of multiplayer stuff, I've just started feeling like I want to kind of start hosting. Not me myself. I've always wanted to do this, but I just don't have the like personal time for this. I still think Love Clan needs to have more multiplayer gaming, and like that's a way that we build community. And so I asked today, like, what's your favorite multiplayer games? And some of you guys chimed in there. If I have to take off time of streaming, like I have to stream less to do it so that I host it, then so be it. Like I'll do it, but I really need some people that can lead specific games. You don't have to do a lot. I'm not asking much of you. I just want somebody that can like commit to a time each week that they will be in a Discord call and host the lobby. Like that's really all I need. I need somebody for any game. If it's a multiplayer game, that's fine, whatever the game is. And then I will I'll make an event in each week in Love Clan so that people can sign up for it to be in there at that time. And I just want to have a list of games that's like, here's all the games that we play each week. And, you know, there's a person that's leading it or whatever. I want to do more of that. And I would like to facilitate however I can, but I'm not going to be the one that's just going to lead them all. I will lead one of them. I'm probably going to do some League of Legends because I suck at that game and I need more people to play with. But like, you know, we can do some random ones. I'll throw like Helldivers in there from time to time, but I want somebody that's like leading a Helldivers once a week kind of video. So, Justine, hope you're doing well. Hey-o. Under, what's the opposite of watch? Underignore, underhide. Wish I could do it, but won't have the time, and that's fair. So if you don't have the time to lead it, then I would encourage you to find a game in there once we get it going that you could just hop in and join. Yeah. Maybe in the next couple months, totally fine. But I do want to do this, and it seems it's important to me. I think what will probably end up happening is that I start a couple of them up, and as people join, I'll be like, hey, so we've already got this going. Can you please just you lead it so I don't have to be the one here every single time, you know? Because I can't be here for every game all the time. But I have a list. I made a list from the ones that people said, and there's a lot of them. There's a lot of games on here. A lot of good multiplayer games. The ones I for sure want to do, I want one for League, Overwatch, Golf with Your Friends, Gartic Phone, Halo Customs, Apex Legends, Lethal Company, Helldivers. And the ones that I'm like kind of looking at, Warframe, Power World, Volcanoids, I haven't even seen that game, Roblox, Generation Zero, Human Fall Flat, Goose Goose Duck, Crab Champions, Legion Tower Defense 2, Terraria, Destiny, Risk of Rain 2, Chivalry, BattleBit, Demio Battles, Titanfall 2, Gunfire Reborn, Minecraft, GTFO, Gmod, King of the Castle, Fortnite, Dead by Daylight. I mean, there's a lot of games people were mentioning. So like, you know, I'd lead one every day if someone paid me to quit working. Oh yeah, Gartic Phone, please. It's in there. Imagine how hard doing something like that would be if a person that could make if it weren't a person that couldn't make their own hours. Yeah, I'm saying I can do it. I'm just not gonna host every single game. I'm trying to get it going. You can pick whatever hours you want to lead it. Here's the reality. There are people out there, I know there are currently people that are inside Discord that are playing these games every day already. And they have a set time that they probably play it almost every day. And they're like, man, I wish somebody would make a group where I could find other people that are playing this game. Those are the people I need to find. and just be like, hey, how about you lead it then, you know? We've already had them. We did them in Love Clan for almost 3 years. Every single week. We had an Overwatch like twice a week for an Overwatch group that went for about 3 hours for twice a week for over 2 years. And we stopped doing it because there just wasn't leaders. I wasn't going to be the one that was doing them. I'm not going to just be the only person, you know, like leading it. I don't think that's healthy. So, yeah. Messed my back up shoveling snow yesterday. It's so unpleasant. I'm sorry. That sucks. I would have just waited for it to melt. I'm doing okay. Justine says I'm doing okay, actually. Playing a lot of Dragon Quest. Oh, yeah, that's good. Were you, have you been watching? Sentei's been playing Dragon Quest too, right? Is that Dragon Quest 11? Good thing happened to me today. I got 2 mini fashion capsules for my dolls. Got a duplicate of a pair of boots and items that I really like, so have a backup. That's good. Plus a new pair of really nice shoes that I really, really wanted. They're replicas of Lobotin shoes. Look so good on my doll that loves fashion. Nice. It's for Gartic Phone? Right. One of you two want to lead Gartic Phone? Is it the every week commitment that you're scared of? Because it doesn't have to be every week for life. If you can commit like on a Sunday to do it at some time during the week, I can make the event and say it's like on this day at this time, there's going to be an event, you know? I just need people to like be willing to set it up. Even if it's just for a week, you know, a one-time thing. No Man's Sky, I should add that to the list. I'm gonna figure it out. Probably people just need to see it being done first. I'll do it with League and set the example first, and then we'll branch out and we'll do other things. I'll run one day of all of these if I have to. Like, that's fine. I just want to find where people are at, because there's a lot of people that are just playing games by themselves, and like honestly, this is what Love Clan has in the past been known for. So there's some of this in Lux, but it's definitely not like, there's League after Lux, and there's games that happen after the service, and then there's some people that play Helldivers from time to time. Maybe there's more going on that I've missed, but I just want to see more. I want to see more people gaming together, you know? I'll partner with an Advil company for my back. Oh boy. Glorp. Thank you, Mix. How you doing? Good to see you. You can even bring a friend. I can do something about this time each week. Perfect. Yeah, message me. Message me. Whatever game you want to play. Multiplayer game. Basically just need to like give you a lobby. I want to make an event for it so that we can find people that are in Love Clan that want to like play with you. And then we'll do it, you know? We've been trying to do that with VR Church. I remember a big like a big thing about that being a thing whenever I was, yeah, like, yeah. Finding time when people are free has been a challenge, right? I think it's gonna be pretty similar. This is the start of the conversation. We're talking about doing game days, game nights in Love Clan for different various games, multiplayer games. Start a citizen. What I need are people that are just willing to like be available for a while we find other people that play the same game. As a streamer, I'm finding people that are playing lots of different games and I want to like connect them to groups of other people, I have the options to do that. But like I play a ton of different games, and so I'm not like a streamer that can say, yeah, let me just connect you to all these Destiny people, because I'm not the person that's just playing Destiny. So I want to kind of like, yeah. Yeah, that's totally, like, that's totally fine. That would be awesome. I don't play multiplayer games? Yep, that's okay. I don't do very many multiplayer games on stream, or I haven't recently, which is like why I feel like my multiplayer friends are just kind of getting a little neglected. And I want to have a space where that's not the case. So I am. We just took synchronized sips, Jinx. Yeah, Phantom, like, if it's something that's already existing, Love Clan is kind of a spider web. Love Clan isn't trying to overthrow or become, like, we've never, yeah, we've always just connected people to other things. So if we can, you're probably gonna talk in game anyway, right? So all we need is we just make an event that's like Walkabout with VR Church at 6:15 Eastern. Like, all I need is the information of what that is and how they can connect to you. And I can make an event on Love Clan, and I'll just set it so every week it comes up. And if there's anybody that plays Walkabout, they can click follow that and get information. I just want to have more of these things happening so that people know where they can connect with people. Yeah. I've had lots of promises from lots of Discords in the past, you know, that it was like, yeah, that's totally fine. VR Church is fine if that's the code. I just need that information in a message so I can put it as an event, like a reoccurring event. Then I could do an @VR if no, our VR isn't. Yeah, we have too many tags. Never really been into multiplayer games. Rather just play the game solo. Yeah, makes sense. It's fair. I much rather, I mean, I would rather, if I had to choose one or the other, I'm for sure gonna want to play multiplayer games. I enjoy playing games with other people. But luckily for me, streaming has allowed me to do single player games multiplayer. I'm playing single player games and I'm getting to chat with other people, and I never had a chance to really play any of these single player games before I started streaming, because I wanted to be hanging out with people. So yeah. If there's a limit to the number of people that can join in Walkabout, let me know that too. I don't think we have that many people that have Walkabout in Love Clan, but I haven't done an @everybody until today in Love Clan in a couple of years. I mean, we haven't been doing messages, and that's kind of something I want to start going. Limit of 8, usually I have half of that. Okay. I have it, but won't have the time. It's okay. This is like, I want to help provide this to help people be able to group up and be able to play the games together, not as like for people that want that, you know? It's not like yeah. All right, Shade, now you can't catch anymore. 95, huh? Dang. Now you gotta get 95 shinies. Phantom beating me each time. He beat me each time too. Yeah, that's why I had to quit. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, it hurt my ego too much, you know? Had to give up VR entirely. Oh man, Bayleaf needs a lot of XP, huh? Singing fish! Yay! Anybody else? Anybody else got a favorite verse, by the way? This has been good. It's been good hearing your guys' favorite verses. Those that have one. Just discussing. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing your favorite verses. Hi, Angie. Ooh, that's a cool heart. It's like chroma. Wow. Fancy. Makes me nauseous, so I can't watch my son. I also can't watch my son in VR. I'll be in recovery, so can't plan anything soon. Yeah. Love you, Preston. I hope recovery and all this goes well. I understand the nausea. I don't have that problem usually, but I could definitely see how more than most things that would make you nauseous VR, you know? Squawk's got a favorite verse, Jeremiah 33:3. In our family, we've always called it God's phone number. Interesting. Jeremiah 33:3. Call to me, and I will answer you, and show you great and mighty things, fenced in and hidden, which you do not know. Do not distinguish and recognize, have knowledge of and understand. Yeah, when there's parentheses in the Bible, usually it means when they were translating, usually from Hebrew to Greek. This is not always the case, but generally, the parentheses is like the translator giving more information about what kind of translation they were making. Like, heads up, this is why I translated it this way. This is sort of what it really means. So, yeah, the do not distinguish, like what you do not know, is saying, hey, what it means is like what you don't distinguish, what you don't recognize. You don't know it, you don't have understanding of it, you don't have knowledge of it. It might still be a thing that exists, but it's something you don't currently recognize. Yeah. Call me and I will answer you and show you great and mighty things. It's good. Ooh, I almost forgot to pet my Jolteon today. Pet Jolteon. I should be on friendship level 6 now, I think. Don't forget to pet your favorite Pokemon. It says I've already petted my Pokemon today. Oh, okay. You've already petted one of your Pokemon today. I just put a message in Jate Live about the walkabout. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you, Phantom. Yeah, I think I'm gonna start thinking through some of this stuff. You know, yeah, if I need to, yeah. I don't think it's not that I can't lead it, it's just I don't think it's really like healthy for everything to just revolve around me being the leader of something. So I would rather somebody that's like, I can play Apex, but I'm not it's not like I always play Apex. I'm not great at Apex or anything, so I'd rather find somebody that's like likes Apex and that can be their game. They can kind of lead that, make friendships in that. I made that problem with Destiny. I made a lot of friends in Destiny, and then I stopped playing Destiny, and like I kind of like those friendships sort of fizzled because I just was like, oh, sorry, like it's not my game anymore. So yeah. Dragonite, that's a good one. Noctowl, Charizard. It looks really happy, K-Man. do 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 do. Wonder if I should play a game. I mean, I've enjoyed just chatting. Yeah, I always like just hanging, honestly. I was thinking about this today. Did you guys, K-Man, you hear about, you probably already have, Kieran, about, Pastor Scar? It's hard, you know? There's so many friends and like so many people, and not just within my circles, but in general. YouTube has been happening a lot, right? With Matt Pat and just a ton of people that have been all decided to quit, like, or not. Yeah, Pastor Brock. Yeah, over the years, Aki. You know, a lot of people that were doing this on a very regular basis, and I would say seeing pretty good success, but just quit. You know, so like that's, and I don't think it's as Aki hasn't streamed in a very long time. Aki hasn't streamed in man, I don't know, half a year, maybe longer now. Yeah, Aki and Peach Aki. He hasn't streamed in probably half a year, and he when asked about it, he's not sure if he'll ever do it again. He wants to. He enjoys doing it, but like, he needed a period away. Like, he kind of took some time away that he felt he needed to take. And then after he was taking time away, he kind of was realizing like, yeah, I think it was just too much. And I was affecting my mental health. And like, I think I need more time. And, now he's homeschooling his kids. They decided to switch to homeschooling. And the homeschooling is taking most of the effort, most of the time. So, yeah, he's kind of like, I don't know if I'll ever have a chance, really. Like, as long as I'm still homeschooling kids, I don't know if I'll ever go back to be doing it. And that's hard for me, because like, well, I don't know. I mean, yeah, you got to do that, but I want people that I can lean on, that I can, that's an easy place I can send people. It's nice to have somebody else that's kind of like brother in arms. And a lot of people are burnt out, and that is acceptable. Let's just say that. If you are burnt out, that is very acceptable. You should take a break. Don't just keep going just to do it, right? Especially if you feel like that's not what God's telling you to do right now. Take a break, right? Do what you need to do to make sure you're well. But it is obviously hard for me on the viewer side, on the co-streamer side. Like, it is difficult. Cam, thank you for the lurk. Definitely still happy. Let me read that Justin's coming here. Definitely still happy about getting doll shoes. Wardrobe is coming together. Kind of girl to have a pair of Louboutins. Name her cat Prada and have more clothes, shoes, handbags than other girls. I feel that it's hard. It's hard. It's hard when you're like doing your thing. But here's the thing. You know, I have been doing this more. I can't say I've been doing it longer. I can't determine how long I've been doing this, but I have been doing it more than most people, right? like over the last 4 years, there's probably not a lot of people that are doing more streaming than I'm doing. And I've been taking a break in that, yeah. So some of them, but like, yeah, that's like, you know, like I decided like, I'm just going to go for it. I'm gonna make it a whole thing. There is a reality where it is harder to have another job at the same time, but it also does provide a stability that I did not have. Both are hard. Let's just say that. Both are difficult. It is difficult to be doing a job at the same time. It is also difficult to not be doing a job at the same time. And to not have the money. There were times where I was literally down to the wire and I did not have money to pay for anything, let alone food, and was like, I'm gonna have to, that's when I started working DoorDash. And I did DoorDash for however many, you know, to like make the money so that I could keep paying my student loans and I could whatever. And we make it work. And I worked all last year for 6 months. I worked a freelance job, and I did a lot of work, and I had long nights, but at the same time I made money that allowed for the freedom to be able to do this when I'm not doing the freelance job, you know? And like, so I've done both. It's not like, oh, Jake just doesn't have to work. You know, like I've done both. I've had jobs while I was doing this. It's not like it's just all the time not doing it. But for me, it is like, I don't want to stop doing this. It's not, it might be harder if you have kids. I think it might be harder if you're married. Maybe those are actually more difficult. I don't think the job is actually the thing that's is necessarily whatever. It is. Although, I mean, these other people have specific skills that make a decent amount of money as well. Or could. Aki is a internet whatever, like technician or something like that. But he has a family. Oh, versus DoorDash. Oh, well, yeah, of course. But that wasn't always open. And like, I couldn't in the moment just go get a job like that, you know? The right job had to come up. Because I've been a workaholic in the past where it was very stressful. And I know that for my mental health, it's not worth it. It would be more worth it. I do not regret doing DoorDash any of the time that I did, even a little bit. DoorDash was a needed time of reflection, because I was able to say, let me get off of the internet for a little bit and go out and just deliver and not think about it. Let me turn everything off. I listened to podcasts again. I hadn't listened to podcasts in a while. Put it in my ear, would listen to podcasts while I was dashing. Got to meet a bunch of people in my town that I didn't know. Got to go to like restaurants I'd never go to because they don't have food for me. Like, you know, it was really good. And I would do DoorDash again. It wasn't really about the money for me. It was just sort of like, it was, I make up the word relest, you know, relaxing and restful. It was relestful for me. So I enjoyed it. And I got some really good TikToks out of it. So there you go. What's up, Jenny? Longevity in this field, if finances aren't sorted, right. And yeah, if they are sorted, yeah. It takes a very specific kind of person, because my finance, I do not look at Twitch's, I don't look at Twitch for finances. If people support me, thank you. And like, I will use that money, and I'm gonna use it well. Like, I'm gonna be a good steward of all of the money that I have. The money that I make here, or the money that I make doing graphics, or if I'm doing DoorDash, whatever. I'm gonna be a good steward of the money. Like, that's just a given. But the, you know, but I do not see this as my main source of income. And I don't do things here to make money. I don't have ads playing every set time, because I feel like that will be not as good for
Mike's
you guys.
Pick, thank you so much for the resub.
Mix.
Your support means the world to me. And
Mike's the
ahem,
pick.
a Jately head pat sounds absolutely delightful. Jate gives the best head pats, so it must be super comforting and fluffy. Your message made my day. Let's enjoy more cozy moments together, Fox, glowing star.
Mix the pics. With the head pat and the Amazon Prime, taking money from Jeff Bezos and putting it in my pocket. Thank you so much, I appreciate you. I know you can only use that Prime game sub one place, and you chose to use it here, and I really appreciate that. Thank you for doing so. Doing well, my little guy got me into Fork Knife. Uh-oh. Evelyn is doing wonderful. Fantastic. Fantastic. What little guy got you into Fortnite? A nephew or something like that? Oh, thank you, whoever anonymously gifted 2 subs. What a blessing. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Holy cow. You guys are catching a lot of legendaries tonight as well. The timing on all of this. Thank you. Yeah, wow. I appreciate that. The heck? I'm gonna say goodnight to everyone. There's a bunch of stuff I want to watch on YouTube. Good night. Good night, Justine. Sleep well. You're legendary. Oh boy. Those head pats, yeah. If you enjoy it, it's worth taking less money, in my opinion. Absolutely, Preston. And that's what I'm saying, I guess. Like, I haven't even stopped to consider... I've never really stopped to consider not streaming now, since I started. I'm even now, like, I'm trying to think, like, what else I would do, and I don't even want to think about it. Like, I don't, yeah. What else would what would I do? What even would I do? I don't want to do anything else. This is exactly what I want to keep doing. And so I don't, I see all these things come in, and it's not like it makes me wonder. It just makes me go like, wow, like, that's too bad that that's just not the thing, you know? But man, like, I'm not going anywhere, okay, man? I'm not going anywhere. I want to figure out how to do this better. I feel like it's a bummer that my ADHD makes it hard for me to do it consistently or do it well or whatever. But man, I love streaming and chatting with you guys, and I don't really see, unless something changed. If something changed, it would be like me streaming, but it would look differently. Like, maybe I'd do it on a different channel, or I did, like, I could maybe see that, or like maybe I would do game reviews and it would be more YouTube and Discord or something. Like, I could maybe see that, but this is so close to where I plan to be for a very long time that I just don't. In the last 4 years of doing this, I just want to keep going. So, yeah. And that is completely separate from if this was making money or if it was costing me money. That's the thing, is it's not really a question of money. It's just like, what do I want to do if I could do anything in the world? And this is really close. So, yeah. Do you have one prayer request, though? Yeah, what's up, Jenny? Yeah, my nephew, Chris, Taylor's little brother. Gotcha. He's always here and he begged me to play. Nice. Still awake, Alice? I'm probably going to take a pay cut so I can work from home.
Party 100 and Jade staying with us. Your excitement is infectious. Kman_house. With Jade by my side, we'll have endless fun and gaming adventures together. Let's keep the party vibes going and make unforgettable memories with Jade in our hearts. Party Popper, video game.
Yep. I thought about making a video that was like a, oh, thank you for that TTS is sus. Yeah, a little bit. Thank you for the hype train, guys. I thought about making a video that was like, you know, why I'm leaving. And then the video is just like, I'm not. Like, you know, get jump scared. But I have no plans of, like, you're stuck with me. Sorry. Like, I'm not going anywhere. I have no questions of where I need to be right now. And, like, I'm thankful for the opportunity to be here. You know? Like, with Jade by his side, it is good thing J8 Fox has Jade as a sidekick. Yeah. Imagine if I left, J8 Fox would just cease to exist. Can't allow that. Oh, I mean, a different house would be fine. Yeah, that'd be great. I wouldn't mind having, living in a house or whatever. Maybe that's the difference. Like, starting with basically nothing, I could see if I had, I don't think the difference is like job or not. I think it's more like if I was married, if I had kids, you know, there could be a time where it's like you're spending a lot of time streaming and not enough time with your kids. Okay, that could be, that is fair. That is a fair time to be like, I think I need to spend some time away, or I need to limit the amount of time that I'm streaming and say this is going to be from this time. Could totally see that. That is fair. And I already do that now. Like, I was gonna stream earlier today, but my sister asked if we would go get pizza together. And I was like, yeah, I might not always be here in this town where I could do that as easily. I think it's important that I make that effort while I can. And when she wants to, then I'm gonna do that. So I prioritize my family, my blood relatives, you know? Like, I do that. I try to. And, but even then, I still give like a lot of time, you know, to this. So I don't know. It's different. It's just different. I don't see what other people see. I don't think about it the same way. I truly have 2 prayer requests right now. Everything else is stable, which is absolutely a blessing and relief. Request coming. Going to be too long. It's okay. First request, please pray for Evelyn's immune system. She's supposed to be getting a feeding tube on the 27th, but it's postponed because she caught 2 colds now. One which caused bronchitis. We have to wait 6 more weeks now. Man, I wish our bio mom, who lives in a shelter, would stop stinking kissing her. Oh. Well, you know, is what it is. Can't just, yeah, you know. He's feeding tube too, yeah, something. talks about the food in your area. Yeah, she can talk on that one. Prayer number 2. Please pray for my feeding tube site. I just had a tube change and asked the radiologist to put a tube in that's a bit too long, but he put one that's right against my skin. Oh, wait, what? Had tube change. Okay. Gotcha. Leaving indentations on my skin. If I try to rotate the tube to relieve pressure on the spots, it stings. Gotcha. All right, yeah, definitely pray for these things. Thank you guys for the hype train. Yeah, love you guys. Dear Heavenly Father God, first we pray for Evelyn's immune system, and I do pray. You know, it's a good thing that a lot of the things that Evelyn's dealing with are things that Jenny has dealt with, but you know, we don't want to see Evelyn have to deal with this stuff long term or to have the same issues. And so God, I just pray for her immune system, that she will be healed and that she will be able to she'll be able to live without having these kinds of issues long term. But I also pray that whatever she needs for now, that the doctors will be able to work with her and help her, to support her, and to get the fixes that she needs in the short term, in the right now. And I also pray for Jenny's tube right now that is too short and is causing her pain. I pray that she's able to figure out a way that she can deal with it, or just that it'll be that pain won't be there. I know it's an ongoing issue for her, trying to deal with the doctors and figure all this stuff out. And so God, I pray for Jenny as well. It's just the Hail Mary pass prayer that I'm always going to pray. God, I wish that she didn't have to deal with that all the time. She's got a lot of stuff that she's had to deal with. And so I do pray for healing. But I also want to say thank you. I'm thankful that Jenny is stable right now. She's been back and forth between some pretty scary stuff in the past, and we're thankful that her health has been stable so that she can help Evelyn. God, I love you. I trust you. I thank you and praise you. It's in your name I pray. Amen. Influence, I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Since Jade isn't going anywhere, I feel safe to go get lunch. True. I mean, I might tonight, you know. I take breaks when I need to. Taking a day off has been big. I take a day and I enjoy my day off. It's nice to have a day to not worry about anything, not feel like I need to be live at a certain time, and to just kind of, be away. Yep. Yeah, Jenny. Yeah, I assumed. Yeah. Hi, Razor. I think it's all about taking the breaks when need it, not afterwards, when you can avoid it. Yeah, a lot of this stuff builds up, right? feeling like you are supposed to, I think people put kind of like expectations on themselves too of how they're supposed to act as a streamer and how they're supposed to be. I had so many people lovingly say like, I need to have a schedule, and I agree. A schedule is nice. It's probably one of the best things that you're supposed to do. Like, it's probably one of the most important things, and I've just never had one. No, that's not true. I have had one. I've never kept it. And I just had to be realistic and say, you know, I can't be the streamer that has the schedule. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't work for me. I'm gonna try my best. In my mind, I have a schedule. I have an area that I want to kind of start and stop my streams, and a time when I want to be. It's not fully random, and I do attempt to reset my schedule regularly so that I can stream at kind of semi-normal hours, but I don't have this is the time I start my schedule, and if I don't start my schedule, then message me. And some people do, and I think that causes a decent amount of stress. You know, there are things that we put on because we say, well, that's how jobs work. You know, you got to be there at a certain time and you have to do certain things. Yeah, the reality is like, this is not how I make most of my money, you know? And a lot of this is my emotional.
617 raided with 6
Hermione,
viewers.
thank you for the raid. How's it going? Good to see you. Hermione, let's, if you came over to the raid with Hermione, if you could do me a favor and tell me one thing that you love about their stream. But I'm going to read what J8 Fox has written here about our friend Hermione.
Hey there, Foxy friends. Hermione617 is the magical streamer who's been sprinkling some serious charm in their cozy corner of Twitch. From building Hogwarts-level spells in The Sims 4 to celebrating the power of history and women, she's all about that positive vibe and family-friendly fun. Join her for Sim Saturdays, Wild Wednesdays, and everything in between, because in Hermione's Den, everyone is a star. If that sounds like something that you're interested in, you should give her a follow today!
That sounds like something that I'm interested in. Let me make sure. All right, I hit you with the follow. Nice, nice. I want to watch. I don't really play Sims 4, but it's kind of fun to watch. Hermione, how are you doing? Love finding more family-friendly friends. I see that heart icon. I also rock the heart icon. Oh, you can't see it with all my other tags in there. Oh well. Josh's cat is floating. Is he? Oh yeah, he's stuck over here. Push him down. Maybe somebody can get over here and use a bomb or something and like... Oh well, just let him go there. How does it do that? Is it AI bot? What do you mean? I just watch every stream on Twitch and then I go and I write a paragraph about every single streamer. And then I put it into the bot so that just in case you were to raid, then I would have information that I could. Aren't you all about magic? What? Why you gotta assume AI? Can't it just be magic? There's a troll in the dungeon. Just thought I'd let you know. Okay. Troll in the dungeon. I'll make sure to go take care of that. I'm gonna put a magic wand up his nose. Did you guys have a good stream? We've just been hanging. We've been hanging and chatting for the last 2 hours. We do a thing on Saturdays called Games and God. We usually read through a chapter of the Bible while playing a video game. Throughout the rest of the week, I'm just playing indie games and chatting, getting to know people. But on Saturdays, yeah, we do a special stream. And we finished Romans, the book of Romans, last week. So this week I was pretty much just asking if anybody has a favorite Bible verse. if they would share it and why they like the Bible verse. We just read through that. But we've mostly just been hanging. Yeah. If anybody that came over the raid has a favorite Bible verse, totally cool if you don't. But if you do, love to hear it. Yeah, Romans was good. Yeah, it's annoying, Jenny. Did a lot of house flipping, luxury job, fancy loft. The game House Flippers or real life? I tried to do some house flipping in real life. My parents bought houses to flip and it didn't go very well. I did play House Flippers. Yeah, the game's pretty chill. I'm reading in Mark. Do you have a verse in Mark that you like? Ended with Sims. Usually we'll play house or power washing simulator. We've been doing a lot of power washing recently. John 3:16. I think that's probably the like most popular verse, I think, or the most known verse. It is a good one. It tells you most everything you need to know. For God so loved the world that he gave his only son. Whoever believes in him should not perish but have eternal life. It's a good one. John 17, right afterwards. For God did not send his son into the world to condemn the world, but in order that the world might be saved through him. Yeah. Yep. The game House Flippers, yeah. Yeah, sometimes people feel like, sometimes people do seem to feel like Jesus was sent to condemn the world. There's a lot of I'll say interesting beliefs about God I've heard over the last couple of years, you know, of doing this. I have several favorites, but here's one. Got a lot in John recently here. John 8:12. Again, Jesus spoke to them, saying, I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will not walk in darkness, but will have the light of life. I do, yeah. I usually play Power Wash Simulator. I like Power Wash Simulator. It's ASMR, you know, like visual ASMR, audio ASMR. It's just chill. Rest takes practice. I feel like both Saturday and Sunday are my days of rest, but for different reasons. Like, Saturday is my day of rest because of the music that I listen to, the conversations that we have. It is centering. It puts my mind in the right spot of where I need to be, what my focus is, why I do everything that I do. It's kind of I would say Saturday is like the end point of my week. In a way, like everything comes to a head on Saturday. And then Sunday is sort of the recharge. The day of actual rest for me, the day that I don't stream and I don't usually think about things on stream. They're just sort of, it's my day to recharge. And if I realize now, if I didn't have Saturday and it wasn't as important as it is now, I would hit snags a lot more often, you know, in streaming. Because it is, even for a energy vampire like me, it's a lot. I get my energy from stream, but like I put a lot of emotional energy into stream. And that's tough. And some days are easier than others, but like, you know, you put a lot of emotional energy into doing this. So, yeah. I'm energized from streaming, but I definitely feel the like emotional, and it's not like I have a significant other that I can kind of talk to afterwards and like unwind or there's none of that. It's just I stream and I have to be as open as possible. I can't bottle stuff up because otherwise it will wreck me. You found an old PC. Hey, GG, finding that old PC. That's cool. Yeah, I think some people will. Again, I think it's all hard. It just depends. Like, being married and streaming would be tough because that'd be time that you were not with your significant other. But you also would have somebody that you could do it together with and somebody that you could emotionally lean on. I don't have that. So I have to just be emotionally honest more. I have to be more aware of the fact I need to be emotionally honest if I'm gonna stream. I can't just bottle stuff up. Yeah. Let's see here. Let me scroll up because I missed some stuff. Hermione's Romans 4:18 is my big verse for my season, this season especially. Did it? I don't think it posted it. Can we? Oh, here we go. In hope, he believed against hope, that he should become the father of many nations, as he has been told, so shall your offspring be. Could you share like why that verse is big for you right now in this season, if you don't mind? Jenny also has 1 Peter 5:10. And after you have suffered... Oh, sorry. It doesn't yeet me here. Hi, Kriya. And after you have suffered a little while, the God of all grace, who has called you to his eternal glory in Christ, will himself restore, confirm, strengthen, and establish you. I don't know why it didn't spawn the verse for you. Yeah, it's weird. I was stung by a bee after, this is Preston, after I was stung by a bee after either stepping on it or it crawled on me to sting me. What? I was looking outside at a crazy storm when it got me between the small of my toe and the adjacent one. Jeez. I felt bad that it died. Yeah, that's how bees go, unfortunately. Romans 8:18, yeah, that's a good one. For I consider that the sufferings of this present time are not worth comparing to the glory that is to be revealed to us. Yeah. Yeah, we read that this, not that long ago. That's Paul. The sufferings of this world, not nearly as important. Romans 8 is my all-time favorite chapter book. It's good. Romans 8:28 is also good, and we know that for those who love God, all things work together for good. For those who are called according to his purpose. Yeah, I use that one all the time. You know, there's like lots of stuff that is not good. And I don't believe in like all things happen for a purpose. You know, that's kind of a mindset that people say. Sometimes it's not that it's not bad to think this way, but I just personally don't believe that like everything happens for a reason necessarily. But I do believe that God can use all things for good. There isn't anything that God can't use for good. That doesn't mean that it was good. You know, when you say that all things happen for a reason, you're saying that God planned for everything to happen. And I think there are some things that are just bad stuff that God's not happy that it happened. But I do believe that God will use them for good if you let him. For those that are called according to his purpose, that are willing to let him use it for good, you know? That's why I say our situations are what they are. Things that happen in our life, they happen. And the Bible says good and bad stuff happen to all people. Good people get bad stuff happening to them, and bad stuff happen to good people. But the reality is, like, regardless of what happens, good or bad, I can't control my situation. I can always control my response. And my response is going to be one of like, God, I want to see you use this for good. I'm not going to hold this and say, this is such a bad thing that happened to me. And so therefore, like, I don't want you to use this for good because it was so bad. I am so hurt right now, and I'm so mad at you about the pain that I'm experiencing. I don't want to see you use this for good. That there's a thinking that goes into that. And the reality is, like, for me, I want God to use even my bad stuff. Like, I want God to use the stuff that I am mad that happened in my life, the things that I don't want to happen to anybody else. I want God to use those things for good. I don't want to just keep them as bad things, but I want to see God use them for good. Not because I think like, oh, God made that happen so that they could be used for good, but because if they already happened, that's my current reality. I want God to use them. So, yeah. And that's what that verse means to me when I think of like God working all things together for good for those that are called according to his purpose. Like, I'm called to the purpose that God has for me, and I want God to use all the stuff that happens in my life for good. Good or bad. I want it all to be used for good. Even if it, for me at the time, was bad. If it can bless somebody else, if it can be a story that helps somebody else not struggle with the same stuff, then I can be okay with it, you know? I love streaming when I can, for sure. Yeah. It's good. It's a good time. Your shout out could, your significant other could hang in the comments. True. I mean, I wouldn't, you know, I don't know. I wouldn't want them to just like, I don't know. It doesn't matter. This is all theoretical anyway, so it doesn't really matter. Gao. Hi, Fox. No, I just came back. For it's gone. It's the hope against hope, because what I'm believing for doesn't make logical sense, right? But I believe God gave me a vision for an event in my life, not having children, but something else major. Gotcha. I'm praying if that's a vision that came from God, that you know, he'll give you the strength to follow through with whatever it is, and the wisdom to know what's your hope versus God's hope and all of that, you know? Verses on suffering help me a lot. Yeah, helps me focus on what's to come. I remember that this is not forever. Can't wait for heaven. Yeah. That was the thing. The last conversation I had with my grandma when she was in the hospital, and like 48 hours before she died, we talked about heaven, and she hadn't walked in over 20 years and was just like, man, I'm not ready to let you go, Grandma, but I am ready for you to be able to walk again. And I'm excited for you for that reason, but you know, it hurts here, but like like Paul says in Romans 8, we just read, like, this current suffering in life is like nothing compared to the glory that's going to be forever in heaven. And so I can deal with a little pain of losing my grandma and not being able to see her on Christmases and stuff like that here, if it means that I get an eternity where she can walk again, you know? Like, yeah, that's small. That's small potatoes. There's miracles every day, I believe. What he showed me can come true. Yeah, using the bad. His glory is seen because of redemption or healing and helping others. God is love. All that matters. All that matters is God. Well, I appreciate guys just like chatting and hanging. I know Saturdays are always, they're a little different. Saturdays are always a little different, but I really still just need this. Like I said, this is kind of part of my, this is sort of in a way part of my rest, is being able to do this with you guys. And I need it as much as
The resurrection symbolizes hope, renewal, and eternal life. It's a powerful reminder of new beginnings and the unconditional love that surrounds us. Just like a phoenix rising from the ashes, it shows that there's always light after darkness. Let's celebrate the joy and blessings it brings to us. Glowing Star, Fox.
yeah, I don't know. I just think it's like, it's such a needed time. It's a needed time for me. Sorry, you went through that with your grandma. I had a similar circumstance with my grandfather after he had a stroke, was unresponsive. Yeah, I sat with him a whole evening, told him about my son. He raised his hand to wave to me. I think it was the last person he responded to. Wow. Yeah. You know, my grandma, it was, yeah. It was so hard because it was so fast. I talked to her. I went because she was acting a little weird. So I went with my family to her house. She lives 3 hours away. And we were hanging out with her, and she was fine. She got up that morning. She made breakfast for us. She made hot chocolate. All the stuff that she always did for us. And I gave her a trophy that I had made her that was like hot chocolate Scrabble expert, because she was so good at Scrabble and she made hot chocolate all the time. And it was just like a little thing that I had made. I actually made it with chat, and we gave it to her, and was just like, Grandma, I just love you. You know, I want to give you this reward. And it was a little, it was just a silly thing, you know, but it was like, just hung out with her, and she was fine. And I was like, man, I don't even know why we came down. She's doing fine. She was acting weird. She was saying weird things, and we were like, that's weird, because she doesn't have Alzheimer's. She doesn't have dementia, but she's saying things that don't make sense. And, that afternoon, her health significantly declined, and she had, ooh, that's a good catch. she had cancer, and we knew that, but she was fighting it, and she was going to get chemo, and she was doing all this. And her, when she got to the hospital, they said she had a UTI, and all of this stuff was just like stacking on top of it, and she was just barely alive. And she was on, like, I mean, anyway, I had this conversation with her. She woke up lucid. She had woke up lots of times saying weird things that didn't make any sense. She woke up finally lucid where she could think. And she said, are these tubes keeping me alive? And they said, yes. And she said, take them out. You know, I'm ready to go. You know, that takes a type of strength that is not like common, you know? So she was just like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Stop keeping me alive. So this was not something that was like, yeah. Anyway, so, anyway, it's hard to talk about, you know, it was a couple years ago, but.
A gauge out to you too, FoxGamer 2800. Your playful spirit and joyful energy brighten up my day. Let's share more cute sounds and spread happiness together. Your presence is truly uplifting, just like a warm ray of sunshine on a chilly day. Sun with face, Blossom.
Yeah, it's hard. I've cried about it enough times on stream now that I can feel it like in the back of my throat if I let myself, but I think I'll be fine. So I can talk about it. But yeah, her thing was just like, it was the same thing I talked to her about. I said, here's the thing. For me, selfishly, I want you to stay here. I want you to get better, and I want you to be here so that long time, whatever. But I do not want you to just stay here for our sake. If you are ready to go, you haven't walked in 20 years, Grandma. Like, she was always in a wheelchair. She had to be in a nursing home, and she hated it. You know, she had to have somebody help her use the bathroom every day. And it was demeaning, and she hated it. And I didn't want that for her. And she put on a smile. She was one of the nicest people I knew, you know, like never said a bad word about anybody. And so it was tough, but I also was like, I was happy for her. I'm glad I got to go there and see her. I would have been devastated if I had not made the effort to do that. But luckily, I was here and not where I was working before. I was here, so I was able to make the quick decision. If I had been at my other job in another town, I would not have gone and seen her one last time. And I hadn't got to go for Christmases because I hadn't lived here. So it was like when I came back here, I was actually able to go see her again. And man, if I hadn't, you know, I think about that a lot. I think about there's this verse in the Bible that says like, it's Paul, and Paul's telling Peter, come quickly. Do not wait for winter. You need to come now. I need you to bring my coat. I need you to bring my scrolls. And you need to come right now because I don't think I'm going to last much longer. If you wait too long, winter will come and you won't be able to pass across the path you need to take to get to me. So if you want to come, I think it's to Peter. It might have been to somebody else. Maybe Timothy, whatever. But the point is that he's like, come now. Do not wait. You have some things that if you wait, you will regret it. And he's very urgent in his letter. Like, and we don't know. We don't know if he did wait or if he did not. If he got the letter fast enough or if he waited until winter, or if somebody else, whoever delivered the letter, if it had taken too long. We don't have that answer, but we do know that he died like shortly after, probably within a year of writing that. So it's like, he was right to say he doesn't have a lot of time left. And there's one reality where I think it's Timothy, would have waited long enough that he would have got that and forever thought, man, what if I hadn't waited? The other reality is that he makes it there in time, and he's able to spend the last week or two with him before he's basically he's killed in jail, and would forever be like, I'm glad that I didn't wait. I'm glad that I didn't hesitate. And I think about that a lot. Like, what are the things in my life that if I wait, it will have been too long, you know? So, yeah. I do the same. I talk to my grandma, yeah, and just thank her for loving me. All that she did, yeah. It's hard. I was taking care of my grandma. I remember that when she was passing from cancer. I remember that, Jenny. Yeah. I'm a hospice nurse. I was certain that she wasn't going to make it through the weekend. Yeah. Hospice nurse came once, twice, and said, oh, I don't think so. Yeah, she's got a couple weeks left. Sure. She's a strong believer. She's happy, carefree. So's your grandma. Yeah. That was so sad, right? She made me question my judgment, so I chose to take a break, go home that night. She died in the middle of the night by herself. So sad. I remember. Yeah, I remember that. I did the same. I talked to my grandma. Yeah, you spent a lot of time with her, Jenny. You know, I know this is like one of those things, but you got to spend a lot of time with her, and I'm glad. I'm glad that you were there for her for so much, you know? She wanted me to pray over her as she was passing away from her Book of Common Prayer. I didn't get the chance to fulfill this because of the dang nurse. Took that break. Sure. But, like, you did a lot. I remember, you did a lot. You did a lot more than most people would be able to do. It was a blessing to get to spend time with her. I hadn't seen her for 3 years prior to that because she didn't want anyone visiting during COVID because she got lymphoma. Right. I do the same. Yeah, I read that. I used to have a lot of doubts about God until I went through a lot of stressful times and almost lost my life. Pray to God, keep me alive so I can make sure my son was baptized. Yeah, thanks for sharing. Love you, Preston. And I know right now you're dealing with a lot with your son, you know? Son's like, what, maybe 7, 8, and mostly non-verbal and diapers. I remember this. And, you know, like, I would just pray, like, just pray for you and, like, for everything that's going on there, you know? Dear Heavenly Father, God, I just pray for Preston. I just want to lift him up and just say, God, he's a guy who just is doing his best as a father, and I pray, God, that you will give him the strength he needs to be able to live on a daily basis. Like, there's a lot that goes into that, and it can be so disheartening, but also just, it can feel like you're not doing enough, or that you can question things. And I pray, God, that you will encourage Preston to know that he is trying his best to do what you would do in a situation like this, that he's doing his best to be the kind of father that you would have him be. And I pray you give him wisdom as far as what he should do or shouldn't do, just like basic knowledge as well. But God, most of all, I pray he just knows that he's enough. He is the person that is right for this job, and to be the father that you've called him to be. And God, I pray that you will just comfort him in that, and give him energy, because it can feel hard on a day-to-day basis when that's your reality. So God, I pray that you give them that, and you answer that prayer. God, I love you. I trust you. I thank you and praise you. It's in your name, Jesus, I pray all these things. Amen. Yeah, I did. It was hard. Yeah, I'd absolutely do it again and again. Yeah. Yep. Guys, I have a friend who normally plays Escape from Tarkov. He is... I know Escape from Tarkov is not like the game that most people here usually play, but at the end of his stream, he always does
Get
a
a heck and
Bible
good sleep.
reading. And right now he's finishing, I think, reading. He's like reading some chapters of the Bible here. He's in Acts, which is great, Acts 14. And he's probably looking to wrap up, is my guess, but let's just go raid him. He's got a camera. He hasn't used a camera, I think, prior. He's 30 days free of caffeine and nicotine. Like, just want to go celebrate some of that stuff. And yeah, we'll go hang out with him for a little bit, but I'm going to try to kind of, you know, I might play some video games or something and start my Sabbath, enjoying my Sunday, my day off, so that I can come back fully ready to hang out on Monday. Yeah. I gave up caffeine a long time ago. It's been over 5 years. I don't know exactly how long I've been without caffeine. Hi, Warwick. I don't remember exactly how long I've been without caffeine, but yeah. It's a hard one. I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Tomorrow's my grandma's birthday. Happy birthday, Grammy. Yep. Go ahead and start this raid. And then it says mature audience because the game is Escape from Tarkov, even though he's reading he's reading the Bible, so it's not even Tarkov, but yep. There's a lot of people in here, 38 people. Thanks for hanging out with me tonight, guys. I never know how many people are in here because I have the view count off. I don't want that to influence what I say or do. I want to just be as real as possible. So appreciate those that are hanging out here. I'm going to say a quick prayer. We're going to end in a word of prayer. It's totally cool if you don't believe the same stuff I do, but I hope you know that I believe there's a God who loves you. He cares about you, wants the best for you, and I do too. And the best way I know to show that is to pray. So we'll say a quick one and we'll go raid. Dear Heavenly Father God, thank you so much for this stream and for all the people here and just all the comments and people sharing their favorite verses. And God, I pray for that as we go to bed, those that are us that are sleeping, that we'll sleep well. I pray for physical protection from disease. There's been a lot of that going around lately. For mental protection from anxiety and depression, and that nobody feels like they have to do life alone. I pray for spiritual protection from the stuff we can't see, stuff that just happens in the background. And as we go raid Troy, that this will be a small blessing for him, that will make him feel loved as all people deserve. God, I love you. I trust you. I thank you and praise you. And it's in your name, Jesus, I pray all these things. Amen. Have a good night, guys. I appreciate you. Night, cute chat. Bye.
You're doing. Talking fast and hard like this, they prevented them from carrying out the sacrifice that would have honored them as